Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever you are watching us from. Please don't politics on the street and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. Yesterday, the Sultan of Sokoto has issued a warning to those trying to organize Nigeria to the likes of nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. He has said it is 23 oil wells that will not allow an individual to divide Nigeria. He has told Simon Ekpa to stay off this issue of agitation and embrace one Nigeria.
Misconception of reality of civilization. I'm speaking to the man that holds the doors and the keys of the caliphate in Nigeria. I'm talking about the Sultan of Sokoto. Is this a reality actually? Does that meet the standard of civility and civilization as the whole world is looking about? Does his words or sayings on Nigeria supersede the United Nations Charter, the Geneva Convention that guarantees and allows for self-determination of indigenous people? What does that tell you? It tells you that the Sultan of Sokoto is not in line with reality, that Nigeria is not a caliphate of their own, its own caliphate. Nigeria is not a banana republic. Nigeria is a conception of three major ethnic groups with a clause that after 100 years they can go their separate ways. They should not think that the tolerance, means cowardness. The Northerners should not see it from that angle, that it is actually cowardice on the part of the Southerners to continue to tolerate their extreme mediocrity, even to the detriment of the leadership of this country. It will come to a point, the questions will come, and what they have laid down, the foundation they have laid down over the years, have seen to the rise of the OPC, have seen to the rise of the IPOB, and they have come to stay, whether you like it or not. It's unfortunate that the South have been a part of a parasite in the Biafran agitation. Now, within the South part of Nigeria, they are parasites. If they are not parasites, they would have understand the legacies and where the likes of Odumegwu Ojukwu, the Ikemba one of Umewi was going at that time. It would have been a defining moment to understand that Philip Efiong was not an ordinary walking stick. He was also supportive of what their own people stand to benefit. Let us move southwest completely from it. Because we know that during the Nigerian Biafra war, no gun was shot here in the entire Yoruba land. They were here celebrating the war between Nigeria and, of course, which they are part of course, against Biafra. I'm not talking about France and also, so many people that played a major role in prolonging the war. But Biafra stood, defended the so-called South today with their life and blood. But what did the Northerners do and the Yorubas did after the war? They came back, they sat down, they ganged up and planted that division we are seeing today. Where all the traces of elements of indigenous people of Igbo in the entire southern Nigeria is being dismantled because of cowardice. Did Igbos actually lost that war? The Biafrans did not lose that war. What Efiong did was what they call in international law constitutional ceasefire. There was nothing like surrender. If you look at the history, but the Nigerian context, they said surrender because of their myopic way of reasoning. And that is why Nigeria is not working. Their president fall from just ordinary to class step, it is ordinary. It tells you that the burden of justice he is carrying against Nigeria is what brought him down at Lagos Square. What are you celebrating? Do you know what is called democracy? Is Nigeria truly a democratic nation? Where are the institutions that make up democracy in Nigeria? And that is why the likes of the Sokoto, whatever you call it, will come and tell you that we should not have rights. That he's still living with his father and mother in his own house. That he go and marry, will he set up his own family? And then why are you saying that no person should not go and set up his own family because you want to do only ways, only you, if you don't get better?
But is it right? Is it right for an individual to own oil well? in the country. Like,
but that's the manipulation, and that is how it's supposed to be. When the people feel, that it's beat out of cowardice. The likes of Said Kubo, and all these elements that say they are freedom fighters, they are being used against the Igbo interest in the South South. And we understand that. For 104 years of existence of this country, no Igbo man has been deemed fit to fix Nigeria or to be at that level of the presidency. It is a deliberate act. The Yorubas are enjoying it. The Northerners are enjoying it. But have they progressed? They have not progressed. They can never move forward. The Yoruba is going to work. And you can see the calamity everywhere. So for someone to come out and tell you that in all everywhere, nobody should talk about regionalism, nobody should talk about restructuring because Nigeria belongs to them. My brother, let me tell you, whether you like it or not, wherever you are, don't fucking want to know. But the truth is this, what you are saying with your mouth is not binding by any rule and regulation anywhere in the world. The United Nations Charter under Geneva Convention guarantee people to seek for self-determination of their indigenous people or rights. They have that privilege. So what you are saying is basically because of what you are benefiting, because if you go there, they go say, this one. All these things, we still have the history, and we can tell you bit by bit of the history of the ancient people of Uri. We know who are the Igbos. We know when the Portuguese came, when they wrote about the entire East Central states. So what is happening between the Sultan of Sokoto say nobody should get nnamdi Kanu killed, get Gani Adams killed, get Simon Ekpa killed? It's because of oil. I was look at what Gani Adams said at Excellence Hotel the other day. Do 12 this is. How many of them will go there and listen? They will stay on their listen and be talking rubbish. Go and listen to what Gani Adams is saying. You understand that the major threat they are having is the old people and the Northerners. Even when the option of leadership came, why are they protesting now? I was in Ikeda. I joined the protest. Yes, I participated. I went there to see things for myself and also understand what these people really was talking about. Hunger strike. Hunger strike is enough to attract serious revolution. It happened in France. What made France to become what they are today was when the people revolted against damaging economic policies as advertised by the government. And they were able to put things the way they are. But Nigerians, sentiments play out. We've seen it during the 2023 election, where they have option of getting a competent leader like P2B, Atiku Abubakar, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These people were there. But unfortunately, they choose a certain factor against national interest and cohesion. And that is why you are seeing all this crisis now. Regionalism. What is regionalism? They are talking about what Ojukwu said in Aburi, Ghana. You go to there. One day if you have opportunity, just travel to Ghana. Aburi is in Ghana. The documents are still there. They are coming through the back door. The same restructuring that Nigeria said they are not going to do, the same confederation Nigeria said they are not going to do, is what the ones succeeded in doing. In 1967, he elected, he created 12 states. That is restructuring. Now, this government come again, they want to go back to Aburi Accord. Well, it tells you that Igbo man has nothing to contribute, but we have become, it's not a matter of pride. Igbos are pesetas anywhere in the world, and we know what is happening currently now. Most companies are running down completely, and we know who are buying them off, we know what is happening gradually. The North, of course, they should not even dare it this time around. This is 1967, where over 67 million Igbos, Biafrans, we are murdered, even though we struggle to defend ourselves. And we continue to defend ourselves. The children of the oppressed will continue to defend themselves. Israel defended themselves for over 4,000 years, but today they stood as a nation. One day, Biafra will stand as a nation, and there's nothing Sokoto or Sokoto or whatever you call yourself can do about it. It's as simple as that.
Sir, that's the quality data. Sir, do you think Sultan of Sultan of Sokoto is being used by someone individual. And then see, don't you think being a religious clergyman, he should not dabble into the issue of agitation?
No, it's a monarchical system. If you understand that, they don't know how to separate religion from politics. Their own system is quite different. You might be seeing these governors around, or the president of northern extraction there, but the real people behind it, just what is happening in Britain, where they have prime minister of Britain or whatever, but the real people advancing, the politicking in Britain or United Kingdom is the queen. And the same thing is like that in the north. You understand? You might be seeing it from that angle, but that is actually what is playing on the ground. We know what. Look at Edwin Clark this morning. He came out. You can read it in the Punch. He said Buhari deliberately subjugated Igbos. You know what it means? No appointment, no federal appointment in the entire Igbo land for 8 years. And what do you call that? So whether it's being used by an agenda, whether it's championing an agenda, whether they are advancing their conquest program, whichever disguise they are coming with it can only not exceed that territory. Any form of advancement, when we hold our flag, will be thoroughly resisted with our last Lord.
Thank you for that wonderful information, Mr. Philip. Thank you.